If you guys want the fastest way to improve your aim, get some Control Freaks for cheap. Use code Goblin for 10% off and improve your aim today. Link in the description. Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Call of Duty World War II video. Now in today's video, what we're going to be talking about is after this newly updated patch, which really did affect the bar as well as primed and flinch all overall on every single gun and every single class setup, which really did shake up the things in this Call of Duty community and shaked up what are the best class setups and the weapons. Most of the best weapons did stay very similar, but the best class setups have shifted of course quite a bit, because primed went from being basically the best by far to sort of a mid-range, maybe even one of the lesser used basic trainings in this game. So I'm going to be giving you guys the top 5 guns, as well as the class setups to go along with them. Drop a like on this thing, guys. I really think this video does deserve a like, and I would appreciate 2,000 likes. That would be absolutely amazing, because this is intel that can make you such a better player. We're going to go gun by gun and class setup by class setup. Now, these are not in any particular order. I made a video earlier talking about what I think is still the best weapon in this game after this patch update, and I do still think it is the bar assault rifle. It is so damn good, but let's talk about these different guns and class setups, and let's get right into it. So the first one we're going to talk about here, I'm going to show it up on the screen as I go through each of these, and let's get right into it. First class setup is the PPSH, and I think I'm using this class setup, if not this exact one, a very similar one. I think I am using this exact class setup for this gameplay here, and I dropped like 60 something kills really quick, and if this domination went longer, I would have had like an 80 bomb or something, which really does suck. But this class setup is the PPSH with the airborne, as well as the quick draw and the grip and hunker as your basic training. Hunker is so key on a map like this, or any of these smaller maps where grenades are just flying all over the place, especially in objective game modes. Every single time people spawn in, they just chuck their nades, so you can be hit by them randomly, and it really can screw you over and decrease your KD. If you're getting hit by those 3 or 4 times a match, that can really affect your gameplay and the amount of kills you get and the amount of deaths you get. So the PPSH I definitely do think is a top 5 weapon, and that's the fact that it is pretty much the best overall SMG, and that it can compete with the assault rifles. Assault rifles in this game are still the best, and that's why, like, when I can look through my class setups, and when I'm using an infantry division, I have around a 2.8 or a 2.9 KD, and when I'm using an SMG, I have around a 2.4. So basically, you can see that the balance there, you're going to get a higher KD with the assault rifles, and that's basically because probably you play a little more defensive and they are a lot stronger. But I definitely do think the PPSH is a top 5 weapon in this game, and it does do a lot of work, especially with this class setup here with having hunker on it. Let's go to the next one here. Next class setup, and the gun that we have is the M1941. Now this gun is so damn good, and it's kind of weird that a top 5 gun would be underrated, but that's definitely the case that we have here. The M1941 kills so damn fast, honestly one of the fastest killing guns in the game, and it's basically only downfall, well of course the reload time and the amount of bullets, but its biggest downfall would be the recoil. But if you're playing on these maps where you don't have to get those long range shots, this gun can do insane wonders. And definitely the class setup that I have here for this M1941 is I'm rocking it with the infantry, and I'm rocking it with 3 attachments: the red dot, the grip, as well as the quick draw. 100% you need the red dot on this thing because the sights are so damn bad. I even have a variant called the Cook, which makes the sights a little bit better, but they just still are kind of trash, and the red dot definitely helps a lot on this thing, so that's why I would run the red dot or the reflex sight, whatever it's called in this game. And as far as usually on this gun and pretty much on all the rifles, you're going to want to run extended mags, because in this game a lot of the rifles have either 20 bullets to start off with in each magazine, or 25 bullets. This one here has 25, I believe it has. But then I'm running the basic training Hustle, which basically allows me to reload faster and reload while sprinting. So by running Hustle, I don't need to worry about that 25 small magazine size, because basically the reload time is going to be twice as fast, and I'm also going to be able to reload while sprinting, so that can really help me with convenience. Now Hustle was one that I found that a lot of people used, and I thought it was kind of not a very good basic training to use, especially when primed was in its prime, no pun intended. But now that that thing's been nerfed to the ground, Hustle, I'm starting to get a hang of it, and I'm starting to really like it. It saves you time by allowing you to reload while sprinting, especially on an assault rifle where you're running a bit slower. It helps you get to your destinations a bit quicker, and on a gun like this that's an assault rifle that's made for rushing, it fits that class setup perfectly and definitely takes down pretty much all of the flaws of this M19. The only thing you have to worry about now is the recoil, even with grip on this thing. Usually grip helps the recoil. It definitely does on this gun, but the recoil still is very obvious and still is It definitely does on this gun, but the recoil still is very obvious and still is very strong on this gun, even when you do have the grip on it. Let's go to our number 3 one, and once again, these are in no order. Number 3 is going to be sort of a rushing class setup. I made a video on the best rushing class. I think that was with the PPSH, but I said you can replace it with basically any gun, and that's what I've done here. Airborne Type 100 with the Energetic. This is a class setup for rushing. The Type 100 I would put, some people put as the best SMG. I did a comparison video between the PPSH and the Type 100, and basically the PPSH statistically is a better gun, but the Type 100 definitely is a top 2 SMG, and it is very strong. The benefit of the Type 100 is that you don't need grip because the thing has no recoil. It's basically a laser gun, and that's why I can afford to run myself extended mags as well as quick draw on this Type 100, which is very, very helpful. What the Energetic does is it allows me, with the Airborne, I'm going to be sprinting so fast. The Energetic will allow me to have less time in between the sprints. Basically makes my soldier more conditioned and, you know, a more fit soldier, I guess you could say, because usually in this game, even if you have Airborne, you have those long sprints. You have to pause, take a few more steps of a sprint, pause, take a few more steps of a sprint, and pause. With Energetic, your pause is literally half a second, and you're back on your feet and back on your toes rushing. I definitely think this Type 100 class setup is very good for that, and the Type 100, like I said, is my second and SMG on my list here of the top 5 guns for the fact that it is very good. It is a step behind the PPSH in my opinion. I did a comparison video on them. You guys should definitely check that out, but the Type 100 also is better than the PPSH at longer ranges because it's easier to control. So, you know, there's benefits to each guns, and that's what gun balance is. The gun balance in this game, it's decent within the class, but assault rifles are the best. You know what I mean? So like the rifles, all the automatic rifles compete with each other, all the SMGs compete with each other, but the automatic rifles are definitely the best class of guns in this game, and as far as that goes, it's unbalanced. But that's what you guys have for the Type 100, the second SMG on our list. Coming in at number 4 in no order, we have the FG42, a deadly weapon as well. And this one is more of your long range class setup, your long range gun. This is the weapon that reminds me of the Man of War from BO3. It can pick people off and it does high damage. So the FG42, what I have here is infantry, and what I have as the attachments on this thing is going to be the extended mags, which is 100% needed on this one because you only have that small amount of ammo. I can't remember if this one's 20 or 25. I think it was 25, but extended mag's definitely helpful on this thing. As far as my other attachment, I just run grip and the red dot because this one doesn't have a good sight as well. You can use it without the red dot and swap that out for quick draw. It's up to personal preference. Lately, I've just been rocking with the red dot on this thing. That's what pretty much all the pro players rock on it. So the downside of this is I do not have quick draw. However, this class up is not made for rushing anyway. This is made for sitting back and getting your streaks, and that's why my basic training is going to be ordnance. Now, how ordnance works is this is probably one of the best basic trainings in this game right now, especially for like game modes like hardpoint and kill confirmed and stuff. How ordnance works is it gives you less kills off of your kill streak. So on a UAV, it'll be 125 points less. But what's cool is that this actually scales with your streaks, right? So on a UAV, it'll be 100 points less, but on paratroopers, they will be 300 points less because that's how it scales and it multiplies with how big the streak is, which is something I didn't find out until recently, which means that if you're going for carpet bombs, paratroopers, ball turret gunners, big streaks, this is the class to use. You're going to play safe, you're going to use ordnance and destroy people. FG42, definitely a very good rifle. And coming in at the last one of these top 5s, and what these are in no order, I'm just going to keep specifying that because I know some people are going to get confused. This is the class that I made a video on earlier today talking about the bar. The bar after this nerf still is the best gun in this game. All you have to do is run a grip on it, and that's why this class setup, I run the bar with extended mags. You have absolutely no option there. This gun has 20 bullets, which basically, you know, that's why you need to run that extended mags, and then quick draw and grip because the bar actually does have some decent default sights, and there's even variants that even make them better. And then as far as my basic training, I run hunker. This class setup is probably the best class setup in the game as of right now. Those hunker class setups with the PPSH, with the bar, those are my favorite classes right now, and these other ones are good for unique situations. Type 100, great for rushing class setup, and of course, you know, the FG42 for sitting back, and the M19 for rushing with an assault rifle. Now, these guns are not limited to these class setups. These are the top 5 guns, and you can move them around, you know what I mean? So you could run the bar with ordnance, you could run the PPSH with energetic. This is just basically how I wanted to structure it for this video. These are all intertwinable. You can move them around how you want, but any of these top 5 guns, if you're playing with any of these guns, you should be doing good for yourself, and structuring your class setups around this is definitely the way to go. Thanks for watching. watching, guys. Drop a like on this thing. I would appreciate it if we could hit 2,000 likes. That would be amazing. Sub for a cookie and don't looky. That's about it, guys. I know you guys definitely did enjoy this. This video gave a lot of good intel, so I definitely do think it deserves a like, and I'd appreciate it if you guys could all smash that. Anyway, have a great night, guys. I'm out.